Welcome to the Word of Truth. This is Teacher D.H. Spoon. Today's message is called Encourage Each Other Daily. We all going through things in our life where we just need a word of encouragement. We just like somebody to just speak to us. We just like for people to say, "Hi, how you doing? Oh, you know what? That's a nice dress. That's a nice suit you have on. That's a nice purse you carrying. Oh, you're doing a great job. Oh, those are some nice shoes that you're wearing. Oh, you're such a nice guy. You a nice young lady." See, we need to encourage each other daily. We need to tell people, let them know that it's going to be okay. If you see someone sad, instead of say, "I'll pray for you," make sure you give them an encouraging word. We all have been through things. We have been through things that's similar to other people. And God will always put someone across your path daily where you could say an encouraging word. You could tell people that they're doing a good job. You could tell them that you're proud of them. You could just tell them, "You look nice today." You know what? It's always something that we could say to others to encourage them and uplift them, because we all are going through something. It may not be the same thing as the next person going through, but we are going through something. And we need to look to encourage each other daily. That's what the scriptures tell us, to encourage each other daily. It don't say encourage each other once a week or once a month or once a year. It say encourage each other daily. See, when you leave a person's presence, it should be better than when you came in their presence. You always have to leave a place where people say, "Oh, you know what? She was a nice lady," or or he was a nice man, or she was a nice young lady, or she was a nice young man. He was a nice young man. We always want to leave a good impression. We always have to make sure we make good deposits. You have to leave a situation better off than when you came to the situation. That's why each and every day look for something encouraging to say to others. Like people always try to find people's bad, what they did wrong, what they didn't do. Always want to bring up their past. But when you see yourself finding yourself talking about others and want to put others down, think about something good they did. And just think about, hey, you know what? I'm supposed to be encouraging others. Would I like for somebody to bring up my past and what I'm not doing all the time, the wrongs that I've done? Or do I want someone to encourage me and pull out the good that's inside me? You just never know whose life you might save. You never know a person who's a day away from committing suicide or an hour away from committing suicide. You never know how you can make a difference in someone else's life. And that's why Jesus was such a good, righteous man walking this earth. He was the greatest man that ever walked this earth, because he always looked for ways to help others. He was always encouraging. He was always teaching. He was always delivering. He was always healing. He was always doing something to help somebody else. It was never about him. He looked for opportunities to help others. And that's what we should do. We should always look for opportunities to help others. We always should make deposits into other people's accounts, encouraging them, saying something uplifting, say, "Oh, you're doing a good job." You know what I'm saying? If you go to the grocery store, you make sure you tell the cashier thank you. You make sure that, if you see a police officer, say, "Hey, you know what? I thank you for what you're doing to protect, our city, to make sure that we are have a safe place to live in, or the firemen. You know what? Thanks, that's a good job, for putting out fires and risking your life. We could thank the cashier. We could thank the salesperson. We could thank a construction worker. You just never know. It's a lot of people, they smile on the outside, but inside they are dying and something just eating them up. So now it's the time for you to realize that, hey, you know what? It's not just about you. And when you start thinking about others and you make deposits in other people's account and you encourage them and uplift them, it will make you feel better. When you take the focus off yourself, then you will notice that you feel much better, because you're not dwelling on what's wrong with you. You're not dwelling on what's going on with you. You're not dwelling on, "Oh, this is what's happening to me." Look for opportunities to encourage other people. Excuse me. Teenagers students. You never know. Students, they have a lot on them, and a lot of times some of them taking some hard courses. Make sure that you take time to say, hey, I'm proud of you. You're doing good. People love to hear inspiring words and things to uplift them. They may be surrounded by people that don't uplift them, don't never tell them that they doing good. So your act of kindness could be a stepping stone for them to feel good about themselves. Like, it's always ways to encourage people, and especially if someone talking to you and they finally open up to you. That's a sign to say, hey, I need somebody to talk to. I need somebody to inspire me. I need someone to uplift me and not tear me down. A lot of times people look for opportunities to break people down and to tell them how bad they doing and what they not doing. But look for opportunities. Like I say, you know what? You could tell a person, hi, how you doing? And say, oh, you know what? If you feel that good energy, say you have good energy. Or tell a mother, you're a good mother. It's always opportunities that you could look to you encourage each other. You could tell the maintenance worker, you're doing a good job. You know what I'm saying? Look for opportunities to deposit encouragement in other people's lives and realize what you put out there, it will come back. A lot of times people don't find people encouraging them. You know why? It's because they're not making those deposits themselves. So I hope that you enjoyed this message and realize, look for opportunities to encourage each other. We're supposed to encourage each other daily. Not just don't wait until once a month. Each day look for opportunities. You always come in contact with somebody. Tell your spouse, tell your children how proud you are of them. Tell your neighbor, hello neighbor, what, you're such a good neighbor. And we all could find something good about each other. So now is the time to look for those opportunities and encourage each other daily. Until next time, may the peace of God be with you. Peace.